Hello everyone, it's David again, and you might hear some sounds in the background, and that is my baby boy Pasika. He's about 6 months old and he is on a tear today. He's been fighting with my older cat, play fighting, I should say. No fur flying or anything like that, thank goodness. Because any pet owner can tell you it's really bad when you walk in and there's literally fur flying everywhere. Some of these fights can get pretty vicious, but he just likes to play. And thankfully my older cat, she sounds like she's going to try and murder him, but she actually really does enjoy it because she's wagging her tail. She doesn't try and avoid him or anything like that. So, at any rate, let's go to Babylon 5. That's what we're here for. Season 4, Episode 7, Epiphanies. Now, what is an epiphany exactly? And it's a manifestation of a divine or supernatural being. Would that maybe refer to Sheridan? Or a moment of sudden revelation or insight. That's probably the more likely explanation as to what's going on. And I gotta let you know there's lots of little tidbits for the remainder of the story arc in this episode. It's really well put together, and it helps give you a little bit of insight into what's going to be going on the rest of the story arc. So, at any rate, they start off celebrating the end of the Shadow Wars and everyone's partying and dancing. Sheridan is basically like, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, but right now, I'm just going to enjoy the moment and enjoy today. We start off and zipped on over to Earth Dome, and Buster's meeting with his boss. President Clark wants B5 shut down. Something has severely rattled him. Well, we all know it's the disappearance of the shadows. And so he doesn't have a support base anymore, a support mechanism. And so he wants Babylon 5 shut down because he rightly surmises that now with no shadows to fight, Sheridan can now put his full time and effort into freeing Earth from Clark's rule. Cue the entrance. And we start off in the Centauri Royal Court. The minister has been appointed regent by the Centaura, and he starts thinking, I'm thinking pastels in a very effeminate manner. Now, as a gay man, I can tell you right now, my gaydar just went right off the hook as soon as he said that. And I do believe JMS has said in some interviews that yes, it was portraying a gay Centauri. So, by the way, the actor, and of course I'm forgetting his name right now, that's why I should have written him in my notes, but anyway, I believe his last name was London. Anyway, Damien London, he did a really wonderful job portraying this, just really wonderful job. We zip on in, and Jakar has complaining of his eye itching, and he has what we call phantom limb syndrome. Now, I'm sure a lot of you, having been a nurse, a lot of you are saying, what the heck is that? And when you go missing, like say, when I had one of my fingers cut off, okay? Thankfully, it was successfully reattached, but had it been a permanent loss, a lot of people have complaints of pain, itching, numbness, and tingling, but there's no limb there. And we've done a lot of scientific work to figure out, okay, is phantom limb pain real or is it all up here? It is a very real thing. And if you have somebody who is having phantom limb syndrome, please don't downplay what they're going through. It is a real medical condition. So, at any rate, Michael Garibaldi resigns as head of security. Huh? What is that all about? Malari arrives back on B5, has a wonderful little tete-a-tete with Zach Allen. Buster arrives on B5. It's like a convention all of a sudden. And sure enough, as Zach Allen is leaving, the Flying Elvises arrive on Babylon 5. the Flying Elvises, the actual Flying Elvises. These guys dress up as Elvis and parachute, do a wonderful show in Vegas. I haven't been to the actual show, but what's been put on YouTube, really a wonderful entertainment group. Earthdom is now going to start a blockade of Babylon 5. They want to undercut the support of Sheridan before he can strike at President Clark. Lita is buying new stuff for her place. Now that the Vorlons, all of them, are gone, she can now start putting little things back, knickknacks and whatever she wants, back into her apartment. So she goes on a little bit of a spending spree. Bester briefs the command staff on Clark's intentions. Bester tries to scan everyone, but is shut down by Lita, and shut down hard. In fact, when he went to try and scan Lita, he ends up right in the middle of the meeting. He's like, back, like somebody just walked up and bitch slapped him. Quite a hilarious moment. Walter Koenig kind of played that off really well. We now, of course, know that Lita was adjusted by the Vorlons, and she is much stronger than a P-12. Bester confronts Lita on the White Star about keeping him out. And so he basically, says, I know things about you that you wouldn't want the others to know, Lita. Never forget that. So he's got some stuff holding down or threatening Lita to basically comply. He wants to get her at some point, some way, back into Psi Corps. As he says, the Corps' mother, the Corps' father, and as Lita replies, then I'm an orphan child. All of a sudden, as the White Star approaches Zahadum, they want to find technology to get Bester's lover out of the freezer. A large fleet leaves Zahadum through the local jump gate, and we of course know, for those of you who haven't seen it, it's the Drakh and the Dark Servants of the Shadows. They are getting the hell out of Dodge. All of a sudden, Zahadum is destroyed, so nothing of the Shadows can fall into other people's hands. And of course, not everything was taken, because we know the Drakh still have a Shadow Planet Killer. Bester talks about an ace in the hole to hurt Babylon 5. As he's having a little lone time with his Carolyn, who is sadly still in cryogenic freeze. And that's in reference, we know, to Garibaldi. Does this make Bester, because he basically has a confessional to his lover, he basically set up his own Omega Squadron for destruction, just so he could have a chance to get on Babylon 5 and talk to his lover, and try and get technology from Zahadum on how to undo her implants. Does this make Bester a Class A jerk for doing that, or is he, just a wounded lover who's trying to get to his love any way that he can? And I gotta say, from the totality of everything, he's a Class A jerk. He will betray anyone at any time to get what he wants. And of course, Walter Koenig plays him brilliantly. We zip on in, and Sheridan wonders where the Dark Servants of the Shadows went. And all of a sudden, we're back on Centauri Prime. The Regent wakes up from a dream. He looks in the mirror, and his keeper wakes up. So we now know the Regent of the Centauri is working surreptitiously for the Drakh. Anyways, lots to talk about down below. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hope you're all having a good start to your 2022 year.